Imagine this. You step outside on a cool night. Above you, not a dark sky filled only with stars, but enormous bands of shimmering light, stretching from horizon to horizon. A glowing crown encircling Earth itself. Not just the moon, but vast rings, brighter than anything you've ever seen. What would life on Earth look like if our planet had rings like Saturn? Rings are not rare in our solar system. Saturns, of course, are the most famous, grand, bright, and breathtaking. But Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune all have them too, faint and shadowy. Yet Earth does not. Our skies remain bare, except for one loyal companion, the moon. But let's imagine a different world. A world where Earth was crowned with a magnificent system of rings. How would it transform our nights, our days, our entire civilization? First, we need to understand what Earth's rings would be made of. Saturn's rings are primarily billions of icy particles, ranging in size from grains of sand to chunks of rock as large as houses. If Earth had them, they would likely form in one of two ways. Either from a shattered moon, torn apart by Earth's gravity, or from debris left behind by a massive asteroid impact in our past. Suspended just beyond the point where Earth's tidal forces would rip apart a satellite, these fragments would spread out, creating glowing, flat bands circling our planet. And here's the crucial part. From the surface of Earth, they would be visible. Always. Picture it. From the equator, the rings would appear as a thin line of light, cutting across the sky. But as you moved north or south, their beauty would unfold, giant arcs of silver and gold stretching above, a permanent painting across the heavens. At night, the rings would reflect sunlight. Cities might never have known complete darkness. Stars would fade beneath their glow. The constellations we rely on for navigation and myth might never have existed. Even in the daytime, the rings would cast shadows, bands of twilight across the continents. Sunlight fractured, reshaped, turned into patterns dancing on the ground. Earth would not just have landscapes, it would have skyscapes. Now imagine humanity growing up under these skies. Think of the ancient world. The Egyptians gazing up from the Nile. The Maya watching from their pyramids. The Greeks writing their myths. With rings above, history would have taken a different course. Perhaps entire religions would be built around them, divine halos wrapping the earth. Perhaps rulers would claim ownership of the sky itself. Calendars, maps, even our sense of direction might revolve not around stars, but around the permanent glowing bands. Astronomy as we know it would not exist. Instead, the study of the heavens would begin with what was already right there, dazzling every eye, every night. Step 1. Light and darkness. The nights would never be fully dark. The rings would act like giant mirrors, bouncing sunlight down to Earth. Nocturnal animals, the hunters, the scavengers, the hidden creatures of the night, would live in a perpetual half-light. Owls, bats, fireflies. Many may never have evolved at all. Step 2. Climate. The rings would not just glow, they would also cast shadows. Parts of the planet would experience permanent shade. Crops might grow differently. Entire regions could be cooler or darker depending on where the shadows fell. Civilizations may rise or fall simply because of where they lived, beneath sunlight or beneath shadow. Step 3. Space exploration. Rings are not empty. They are seas of rock and ice moving at thousands of kilometers per hour. Any attempt to launch satellites or rockets would have to navigate these deadly bands. Communication systems, GPS, weather monitoring. All of it would be harder, riskier, maybe even impossible. Our path to space could have been delayed by centuries. Step 4. A world of wonder. And yet, the rings would inspire. Poets, painters, explorers. Every culture would live beneath skies of endless beauty. Travelers might journey not just across oceans, but across continents, chasing the best view of the shimmering crown of Earth. In reality, Earth cannot hold on to rings forever. The pull of the moon, the drag of our atmosphere, and the push of solar radiation would slowly drag the particles down. Over millions of years, the rings would decay, falling as shooting stars into our skies. For Earth to have rings today, something catastrophic must have happened in the recent past. Perhaps the destruction of a moon within the last few million years. But had it happened early in our history, the Earth we know today, its cultures, its species, its technology, might be unrecognizable. So what does this thought experiment reveal? It shows how fragile the conditions of Earth truly are. How even something as seemingly beautiful as rings could reshape life on this planet. They could inspire civilizations, alter climates, and limit our future among the stars. The sky above us has always guided humanity. And perhaps, without realizing it, we have been shaped by its emptiness, by the clarity of the stars, by the singular presence of the moon. Our world is not Saturn. It is Earth, unique, delicate, and defined as much by what it does not have as by what it does. But here is the question that lingers. If a shattered moon could give Earth rings, what if the opposite happened? What if one day, the moon itself were destroyed? That is a story for another time.